Hey there, guys. I'm John.
I'm Mike.
We're back for the MarvelThon, the Road to Infinity War. So, forgot what we were doing for a second. We're here to review Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Los Dos. This is probably the best one, I think, of the Guardians movies.
I mean, there's only two of them.
Yeah, well, the third one, when the third one comes out, this is probably still going to be the best one, I think, because I don't know why. It's like everything that happens in this movie does not bore me at all. Like, I just have so much fun in the movie. I've watched. How many times have we watched this?
We watched
Probably
this
8 times.
Like 7 or 8 times.
Just in the movies alone. Alone.
This is like the one Marvel movie besides, I think besides Spider-Man, is the DVD that I bought, or Blu-ray that I bought, I should say.
Yeah, I bought it too when it came out, and I was in Florida when it came out on DVD, Blu-ray. So I was like, "Yep, I'm buying it. I don't care."
So that just lets you know how much we actually like this movie. My personal reason is it varies. I only have one issue with the Guardians movies, and that's because it varies way too far from the comics. It's literally 5% of the book in this movie.
Yeah.
I said this aside the last one, but not a big deal. Anyway, that's my biggest problem with it. The rest of the movie is technically fine. Like, all the characters play a dramatic part. And people say this, my friend says this, he felt like it was more of like a Star-Lord Yondu movie. And I can see where that comes in, but I don't think he's right, because we still focus on all the characters and what they're doing.
Yeah, like Gamora, the whole Gamora and Nebula thing,
And then
Drax, and the whole Rocket Groot.
Yeah, Rocket,
It's all still together. They all still have like their own little arcs they go on.
Yeah,
so.
like for example, Rocket and Groot had their own kind of story going on when they were repairing the ship, right?
Yeah, repairing the ship and getting captured.
Yeah, by the Ravengers, and you know, at that moment it was a completely different thing, because Yondu was like, "You're lucky I like you kids," and he got attacked by Nebula. Basically, they took over the Ravengers, and Nebula just wanted the ship to get out of there. That's about it. And I thought that was really interesting, because that showed you, oh my god, wow, Yondu just kind of like got like mucked up.
Yeah, by his own people too.
By his own people. So, but I mean, that just shows you like that not all his people were exactly trustworthy. And this is another movie to where they kind of just killed people. Like, they kind of just threw like half of the Ravengers
into space.
Yeah. And they just didn't care. They just started dropping them out there. They killed literally all of his friends. I was like, oh man.
They killed all my friends.
Yeah, I like him though. He's a
yeah. I know, he's so good. And like, I understand where he was coming from with why it's a Yondu Star-Lord movie, is because like you're mostly focusing on their arcs. You don't really focus too much on Yondu's. The only times he comes into frame is when he's faced with like the head of the Ravagers.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone's character, who I love so much. And then towards the end of the movie,
which we'll get into in a little bit.
Yeah.
We want to talk about the whole moral of the film now. A lot of the film is people didn't really expect, what happened. For example, Ego. No one really. We expected like him to be in the film, and we expected him to be a really good character, but we didn't expect him to be the main bad guy.
Yeah, like I felt like he had evil intentions at first, but then everything seemed okay, and then everything changed so quick.
Yeah, and then before we get further into it though, I think the soundtrack is what really took off too.
Oh, like, the soundtrack! This is like the best one. This is the best soundtrack of any Marvel movie in general. Even the Iron Man soundtracks, where they have like all the classic rock stuff.
Yeah.
This totally beats any of that stuff.
Well, I mean, I just like the point that it actually brought out some of the like older music, and that's all that Peter kind of knows, because he's been in space for how long?
Oh yeah, since he was a kid.
Yeah, so that kind of tells you right there. But also, I mean, him and like everyone had like a connection, like Gamora and him had that kind of connection. Oh, I thought you don't dance type of deal. And then when they were dancing to I forgot the singer's name. I forgot even the song that was playing.
Yeah, well, it's not Brandy, but Brandy is like one of
No,
the
no, no.
songs that like
that
it over arcs the whole entire movie.
yeah, it's
Which
like
is
it
really
plays
good.
4 times. It plays in
Yeah.
the beginning, twice in the middle, and once at the end. So, or it might play once in the middle and once at the end. So I don't
Yeah,
remember, but it plays a portion of the time. So, but I really forgot the song. It's like a real slow song, and I danced to it. And he's like, "This is the world's greatest singer."
yeah, I remember that.
So,
Yeah,
and he was like, "You gotta dance to it." So, and then he's like, "Oh," and Drax said she was like, "Well, if you tell anyone, I'm gonna kill you," type of deal.
yeah,
Because, uh, and before all of that, Drax even said it like, I could tell this was the woman for me, like my wife. He was telling the story.
yeah.
She didn't. She stood there without a soul. I was like, "Oh God, dude." I was like, "How do you
My
meet these people?"
my my under things are engorged. That was probably the funniest line from Drax.
No. Oh yeah. Well, not only that, I think one of my favorite conversations is between Peter and Rocket. Is when they're flying the ship away from the I forgot the gold people.
The Sovereign.
Yeah, the Sovereign, and he's sitting there, and they're arguing back and forth. He was like, and my favorite line is actually from Rocket. He's like, "See, you're gonna be laying on your pillow at night, and you're gonna feel something warm and squishy, and that's because I put a turd in there."
Because I put a turd in there.
You put a turd in my pillow, and I will shave you.
It's not gonna be mine. It'll be Drax's. My turds are
famously
large.
I just thought that was great because that's so funny. And I think one of the most annoying characters, which a lot of people, I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, and I know this, is Baby Groot. It's just, he was adorable in the beginning, but I felt like they kept utilizing him in weird scenarios. I felt bad for him when he got tortured by the Ravagers, but, I mean, they put him inside a uniform, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, he won't do nothing." No, he's going to do something. Like, that's stupid. He's ferocious. He's not just adorable. Like, he literally grabbed someone with those, like, vines and threw someone off a cliff. Well, off the bridge.
Yeah. Well, like, to their defense, they were all drunk. So I mean, it's not like they were gonna think about anything.
It doesn't matter.
So.
It's just stupidity. And I think Baby Groot is just one of the less, like, interesting characters. I mean, he's a good character and he serves a purpose, and I like him, most of the time. He's just annoying.
He was also just like a money grab for, I don't know where it is right now. He has a Baby Groot somewhere as like a stuff thing, but yeah, it was pretty much just a cash grab for intention for the movie because everyone loved Groot in the first one, and so having a baby version of Groot is just really all the females are just gonna be all
it's
so
everyone, man.
Yeah,
It's
well,
not
yeah,
even
well I know,
that,
but
so.
mostly if you probably look at the statistics for this movie, you're probably gonna see a lot more female watchers for this movie compared to the first one or any other Marvel movie.
Well, anyway, but so we have like this entire story going on. Yondu's hunting for Star-Lord. Yondu doesn't find him. He gets betrayed by his Ravagers, and now he wants to find him to help him. So it's kind of like a weird mix.
Yeah, because he finds out that he's with Ego, the person that he was actually supposed to give. Yondu was supposed to give Ego Star-Lord
to Ego.
Yeah, and he didn't because of what Ego is wanting to do, and now that he knows that Ego has him, now he's got to go save him because Ego is going to take over everything and kill everything. Because he's a celestial or whatever they are. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, celestial, God, small,
with a small g.
Small g. So, but anyway, he kind of teaches us, Peter how to control that power, which becomes even more interesting because he utilizes that at the end. And Yondu even tells him, he was like, when I whistle with the bow, he was with the arrow. He's like, I don't do it with my mind, I do it with my heart. But the whole thing is, we also get the whole ability to where they're fighting, and when they're fighting between, against Ego, they just show you how more powerful he is. And that they actually have to, like, put every bit of their soul into that fight.
Yeah.
So it's not a Ronin, it's not a well thought out plan. They literally went into this fight not knowing what's going on. The moves they had planned out was, hey, we gotta put a bomb at his heart.
Yeah, they need to put it into it, just get the heart, and which is really funny dynamic with Rocket and Groot again because Baby Groot the whole time is like really stupid, and so trying to figure out how to do it, but then he does it right, which is a good character arc.
Yep.
And in that fight between Star-Lord and Ego was probably really awesome, and how one of them became like, the fist,
giant man,
then,
he
and
became
then Pac-Man.
I thought that was great because he even brought that up. He was like, man, he was like, there's gonna be Pac-Man statues everywhere. He was like, don't be disappointed.
Yeah.
I made a little ball with it. You made a ball?
You made a ball.
I thought it was crazy, man.
Yondu had like the best two lines in this movie. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Yes.
Which is the greatest thing. And then when they're flying up into space, when Yondu and Star-Lord are flying up into space, he said he may be your father, boy, but he ain't your daddy. That was.
And that broke my heart. Actually.
Yeah, because then immediately after that, Yondu died, or Yondu froze to death and died.
Yeah, because he was going into space.
Because he
and from their point on, his entire Ravengers group was dead. Well, no, besides one.
Yeah, besides one.
Which actually technically is part of the Guardians. So.
Yeah, he's now part of the Guardians.
So, but I mean that's really kind of like the big thing. And then I noticed this with both Guardians movies, but at the end of the first one, he got a mixtape. He opened up the present and finally got a mixtape at the end of this one because his Walkman's destroyed. He gets Zoom, which is basically an iPod.
Yeah, it's like an MP3 player.
So
no one even knows what they are. They're so like outdated.
Yeah.
But it's cool still. And then they put on Cat Stevens for that. That song, I love so much. I bought that song like right after I watched this movie. I was like, yes, I love the song so much because I heard it before once I was a little kid, and then I heard it in this movie, and it literally put me into tears when they had the Ravager, the whole Ravager thing,
funeral,
the Ravager funeral, and Rocket crying.
Yeah.
Oh, that got me. That got me to tear up a little because
it's sad. So you got to do the whole Ravagers thing. Is that it?
Oh no.
That's Wakanda. Is that? I thought it was this.
Yeah, it's that thing. Yeah. Let's talk about the that end credit scene. That one. The one.
We had 5.
Well, there was a few. Yeah, there was like a whole bunch of joke ones.
There was no serious one.
No, the last one.
What was the last one?
The Sovereign. The Sovereign, where she's just sitting there because she's been defeated.
Oh, God. Okay, so I read all the cosmics, so I just encountered. I'm reading at the moment, guys. Annihilation Conquest. We get the revival of a character, and the character just been announced inside this film, which means they can utilize him inside my favorite story, Annihilation Conquest. We get Adam Warlock. They only say Adam because he's a creation from them, but they're using Adam Warlock, I believe, for the next Guardians film, which is going to be awesome because I think he's going to play as a villain, and they're not going to kill him if he's going to become a good guy, because that's what happens. He's a good guy.
Yeah. And it's funny because in the Infinity War comic story, Adam Warlock plays a good part because he grabs the gauntlet and
it's wild. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be crazy, but they're not gonna use him inside the Infinity
War. No, it would be cool. I mean, like it'd be cool for him to just be out of the birthing pod, come in, fight Thanos, and then realize that the Guardians are there, and he goes to fight them, and the Guardians leave. And then their movie starts being chased by Adam Warlock.
That would be interesting, but I mean, the whole thing is we gotta. I don't know. There's so much that can happen. Basically this entire thing is literally just amazing. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Like now. Like right now. This movie's amazing. We've seen it so many times. I hope you guys like it just as much as we do. I hope you liked the video. Comment if you have any opinions. Let us know what you think about this film down below too. And subscribe. Definitely join us back. Hit the notification bell. Also, the ratings for this movie, actually, I want to say it's about an 8.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you right now. It's an 8. Definitely an 8. I don't like doing halves. So
no. So anyway, like everything I said before, and join us for our next video.
Age of Ultron.
Avengers Age of Ultron.
This is technically a Phase 3 movie, but it's in Phase 2 because of timing. So it works out. It's whatever.
But I mean, this is the order that it all comes in. So it's okay, guys. I hope you guys like our review.
Our review. Yeah.
Again, join us for the next one. Have a good